Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another live stream tarot tea time session. Thank you guys for waiting. Mercury retrograde is hitting me hard over here because somehow I lost my micro SD card that goes in my recording equipment. And then I ordered a new one that arrived today for the live stream, and now it's not working. So, just Mercury retrograde doing what it does. I'm sure there's a lesson. Not sure what it is at the moment. Okay. But I love you guys. And I hope that y'all are having a good start to the week. Please let me know if you have any issues hearing me because I'm kind of relying on the computer audio, even though this is here for show. Hi, Whitney. How's it going? I'm so happy you made it. Hi, Gigi. Lawyer Moog popped in here. Heat Lifer, Monkey Girl. Oh my God. Hey, guys. How's everybody doing? And how are we feeling with the Scorpio new moon coming up tomorrow? I mean, dang. Last week we did that reading on Donald Trump and the Epstein files, and it's looking like some seven of wands energy of fighting back and forth, and then I don't know, it gets crazier and crazier. And the new moon is tomorrow in Scorpio, so we shall see. I think that it's going to continue to get more and more revealing, we'll say that. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Nancy. Oh my gosh, yay, we're getting such a good group in here. Well, I hope you guys are doing great. And we have some interesting stories to get into tonight. A feud between Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney. We've got Britney Spears popping back up, but hanging out with Kim Kardashian. Hopefully this is a good thing. I have some birth charts here. We're going to look at some astrology tea as well. So we've got a lot to spill on. And of course, I would love to hear your thoughts on all these stories as we go. Hi, Nellie. How's it going? Okay, we're getting a good little group going. I'm so happy. All right, I'm going to have a little sip of my tea. Britt and Kim got me because what? I know, Whitney. I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, okay. Hi, Pat. Hi, Cough. Oh my God, we have like some new people in here. Welcome if you guys are new. I'm so happy you're here. And if you're returning, of course, you're a Tea Time fan member. So it's good to see you. Hi, Sil. Okay, awesome. Everybody's popping in. We just went on a big dog walk, so I'm still a little out of breath. Hi, Alex. Oh my God, you guys, this is so fun. Okay, so let's get to our first story. Okay, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to be looking at the birth charts of Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya. So just to refresh our memories, what's been floating around on the internet this past week basically is just that Zendaya allegedly does not want to do any press where she has to appear with Sydney Sweeney. Now, understandable for a few reasons, in my humble opinion, because Sydney Sweeney did that jeans ad that we all heard about that's controversial, and let's just pretend. Let's pretend like she was innocent. Okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. And let's say she was just hired for this advertisement. She showed up, did her job, and then, maybe didn't look too deep into it. And the resulting interpretation was that this was, about white supremacy and that there were racist undertones. Trigger warning, by the way, guys, we are spilling the full tea these days on the channel. Like, life has just gone too weird not to just be honest and speak up. So let's just pretend. Let's pretend like that's what happened. Well, a few days ago, Sydney did have an opportunity to clear the air in an interview. And when asked if she wanted to, respond to people who are claiming that she had, was a part of this racist agenda, she had the opportunity to say, no, absolutely not. Like, I would never condone that. It was a jeans ad. Like, she had an opportunity there. So that to me was like, oh, okay, well, that's a really big red flag because she didn't take the opportunity to clear the air, to make sure people totally understood, her point of view. And instead, she just said something along the lines of, well, when I have something to say, you'll know it. So it was very much not clearing the air, not setting the record straight. And I was like, oh, okay, that's very, very concerning. I don't think that's bad. To me, that really is like incriminating for her. So then after that, That was when I heard that Zendaya was like, no, thank you. I do not want to appear with her in the press. And so a lot of people online are, fellow internet sleuths who like to spill the tea. They started digging around and finding more evidence, if you will, of just Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney not getting along. One of the things that somebody pulled up from, from the bowels of the internet, I guess years and years ago, when they were doing Euphoria together, somebody had tweeted about Tom Holland and saying like he was so hot and like I don't know, some tweet like that. And Sydney Sweeney liked it. And she was coming to visit the set. And I don't know. So people have also alleged that she is a little bit, too friendly with Tom Holland, and Zendaya is just over it. And, I was like, let's look at the birth charts. Let's see, are there any placements that would indicate enemies? I just want to kind of get into the astro tea of it all. So I do have the birth charts here. Whitney says, hi, you'll love it here. Whitney, Alex, yes, both Virgos. So true, both Virgos. But very different kind of Virgos, which is why it's interesting to look at like all of their placements, right? So, okay. And no hate to the Virgos. I'm also a Virgo. So, there are many different types of Virgos. I have a lot of research here. Let me see. I did a deep dive today, guys. I went fully down the rabbit hole. Okay, so Zendaya was born on September 1st, making her a 1 energy Virgo. So she's an independent thinker. She's also an Aquarius rising. So she's a trailblazer. She's a very strong person, and she definitely is going to stand by what she says and what she thinks. She has that kind of aura about her. Sydney Sweeney was born on September 12th. Now, the 12th, when you look at numerology, that's a 3 energy Virgo. So this is a communicator. This is someone who does like to speak their mind and speak their truth. So again, interesting that when given the opportunity to clear the air, she chose not to, especially someone born on the 12th or the 3rd or the 30th. When they are given an opportunity to speak, they will typically take it. So I think that was interesting as well. Just another layer. Wait, what do you guys think? Alex says, also people say Sydney Sweeney's a pick-me girl. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. It appears that way, doesn't it? Heat Lifer says, I have mixed emotions about Sweeney, especially her choice of partner. Scooter Braun, she's been very controversial. Yes, Heat Lifer, agreed. Alex says, love my Virgos. I'm a Capricorn. Oh my gosh, fellow Earth sign energy. Yes. All the Earth signs typically get along well, but not always, I guess. Okay. So let's look at some of the interesting intersections of their chart. Oh, guys, this is an astrology in the wild moment. I got to tell you, they won't pull some cards. But at first glance, one of the things that had me like, oh my gosh, clutching my pearls. So we have Zendaya's birth time, like her accurate birth time. We don't have Sydney Sweeney's accurate birth time. So we're going to interpret this via the chart of Zendaya. All right, if we look at her 12th house, which, fun fact, is also the house of hidden enemies in your birth chart. So check your 12th house in your birth chart and see if any of the people who have wronged you in some way have had major planets in your 12th house. 9 times out of 10, they will. So this is the house of like secrets, the clandestine, which also can indicate affairs and concerns of someone doing something behind your back. So for Zendaya, because she's an Aquarius rising, her 12th house is in Capricorn. So this also indicates work. So this is someone who could have hidden enemies at work. Okay. You find them in the workplace, but these are people that like you don't know are working against you until it's like too late. It's sort of something that happens right underneath your nose, and then it comes all at once and you sort of realize what's going on. Very karmic. Okay. People who wrong you in your 12th house, it's very karmic. Lots of life lessons happen there. And they can be things that you take with you in life and it makes you stronger, but it's very unpleasant. Okay. So Sydney has her moon and her Neptune in Capricorn. And Zendaya has her natal Jupiter and Neptune in her Capricorn 12th house. So Sydney's moon, her emotions, emotional nature. This is not, you guys, this is an emotion. I think yes. I'm just going to say yes already, just from this alone. And so Sydney's feelings, her moon, conjunct Zendaya's Jupiter, which Jupiter makes everything bigger. So to me, this looks more like Sydney has feelings that get more intense when she's around Zendaya, because Zendaya, being the Jupiter person, she just kind of magnifies what's already there. So this is like someone who triggers you. So I actually think that Zendaya triggers Sydney just based on those placements. Okay. I thought that was interesting. Then we have Neptune, and Neptune is about illusion. And this can be like, in this context, when it comes to the moon, this can be like Sydney maybe thinking at one point, maybe when they first met, like with her moon and Neptune conjunct Zendaya's like Jupiter and Neptune, like almost like, oh my gosh, like dreamy, like having a different perception. It's possible that Sydney even like put Zendaya up on a pedestal or admired her when they first met. But then when things got more real and honest, um, I feel like she was very triggered by her, and Neptune creates a lot of confusion. So all to say, guys, this seems pretty karmic, hidden enemies, a lot of intensity. Yeah, a little, it's pretty surprising. So over on Patreon, I'm going to be talking about the Scorpio new moon that's happening tomorrow. And I'm also going to do a deeper dive into their birth chart placements, because there are some other very interesting like enemy signs in their charts. And I thought, with Scorpio new moon energy, why not talk about enemies? So go over there if you want to see that. But okay, let's pull some cards now on these two and see if the rumors are true. Gigi says I get a very cold and calculating energy from Sydney. I do too. I do too, Gigi. Hi, Big Ozzy. Alex says that Sydney Sweeney has a Capricorn moon. Yes, she's very earthy. Very like, she's someone who plans things out. Okay, to your point, Gigi. Yes, with Virgo Sun Capricorn moon, you're a planner. You plan things out. Nothing is by accident. Everything is very much, you're doing things for a reason. Also, one other thing I thought was pretty interesting about Sydney Sweeney's chart is that she has her Saturn in Aries, but retrograde. So that makes her a little bit different from other people with Saturn in Aries, which Zendaya also has her Saturn in Aries. So both are actually gearing up for their Saturn returns. Okay. So this is kind of a charged time for them as far as life lessons anyways. And I do think that they're learning some karmic life lessons together with their, 12th house energy, Capricorn, learning about, who's your friend at work, who isn't, how to navigate these sort of situations. They're both learning about that right now. But when you have retrograde Saturn in Aries, like Sydney does, you have a fragile ego. Okay. And I always want to have compassion for everybody, but I do feel like she is showing some of the more negative traits of her birth chart right now. And, this is someone who's very triggered by things in life, but when it's retrograde, you kind of hide it and bury it down. So, in light of that, when I kind of like reframed that interview that she gave, I think it was to GQ, where she didn't say anything and seemed very tight-lipped. To me, that looks like it was activating her retrograde Saturn in Aries, because it's like feeling very offended, shutting down, and being like, if I want to say something, you'll hear me. That's very Saturn in Aries retrograde. Like, I'm mad, but I'm not going to tell you. It's like, I'm going to hold it in until I explode. So we'll see, you guys. We'll see. She also has a lot of Scorpio placements. So this new moon in Scorpio might also be very revealing for her. We're going to look at that on Patreon as well. Okay. So let's pull some cards and see what's going on here. Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya, past, present, future. Let's see if this reading backs up the astrology. She hangs out and is friends with billionaires. She wants power. Amen, Alex. You read her like a book. She wants power. Power is the way to her heart. Capricorn moon. Hi, Kay. How's it going? All right. Kay's here. Kay, by the way, I've been seeing how much you've been reposting like the Cody's Friends animal rescue stuff. You are so sweet. Like, oh, that warms my heart. That's so awesome. Scorpio rising, I think. Ooh, Alex, I would love to have her birth time confirmed. I tried to look it up and I couldn't find like an exact birth time to get her rising sign. But if you know that, let us know. Spill the tea. Okay. Past, present, future for Sydney Sweeney. and Zendaya. When they first met, what was the vibe between them? Page of Wands. Yeah. So this is like youth, excitement. Definitely, I don't think that they had an accurate impression of one another when they first met. This is like two people who are sort of like, I'm excited to be here. And like, oh my gosh, like, what's your name? And oh, I can't believe. So it's like Page of Wands, like lots of talking, lots of excitement. Like we're both kind of in a similar place in life. Very green, very new. That's kind of the energy. And with that moon Neptune conjunction between their charts makes sense. It's like they really didn't have a good perception of who the other person was at the time. Like very surface level, but like excited. And this is a generally like positive card. So, okay, when they first met, there was like a positive vibe, a good flow. Gigi says, seems like a whole different person from the Sydney who cried because people on Twitter were saying she was ugly or what? Or STH. I don't know what that means, Gigi, but yes, agreed. But agreed with you. I agree. Right? That's very much, I believe, her preparing for her Saturn return. So Saturn is about to go into Aries after it finishes up this last little ride through Pisces. So that's when like the life lessons are going to become more evident for Sydney Sweeney. I think that that's when she's going to be forced to speak more on these controversies, maybe because of a noticeable decline in her career. And we know how much she loves money. So she may feel like, oh, I need to come out and say something. So we'll see. It's going to be really interesting when Saturn goes into Aries to see how she pivots. And I don't know if she doubles down. I feel like we're seeing the real her right now, though. So don't be fooled if she tries to change her tune. Just saying. Okay. She's gonna need to do a lot, I think, to change the public perception. And people will see through it because Saturn returns are very serious. Like you can't fake it. Okay, so Page of Wands in the beginning. What about now? What is the energy allegedly for entertainment purposes only between Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya? What is the energy? Oh, okay. Alex says Astro Theme says she was born at 12:42 p.m. No, are you serious? Alex, does it have the rating? Like if it's an A rating or like C rating? Thank you for looking that up, by the way. Gigi says, I wonder if that sensitivity is still there or if she's always been the way she is now. I believe she has her Chiron. Hold on. Very good points, Gigi. Very good points. She has her Chiron in, yeah. So her Chiron is in Scorpio at 1 degree. Conjunct her Venus and Mars. So I do think that she is more deeply emotionally affected by things than she lets on. And that's part of, I think, the journey. Because 1 degree is also the Aries degree. So that ties it into her Saturn. So yes, I think the lessons will be about love, relationships, her self-expression, anger. It's gonna be a doozy. Yeah. Hi, Brianna. Did I miss anything? Ooh, I don't think so, Brianna. We were talking about Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya. You got here at the right time, though, because we're just now doing the tarot tea. You may want to go back and watch the astrology if you're curious. It has a AA rating. Alex, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you for finding that. Fantastic. Okay. And does it say that it's Scorpio rising? Oh my God, if so, this new moon will be huge for her. And like, not in a good way. Sorry, allegedly. Okay, 3 of Swords. Yep, the energy between them currently, 3 of Swords. Heartbreak. Not good. Not good, you guys. So this basically confirms the tabloid tea that the two of them are not getting along. But it goes deeper than that. There are real hurt feelings here. We're going to see whose feelings are hurt. But 3 of Swords, this is a heartbreak card. So yeah, I would say I think that those blind items and the celebrity gossip columns who are claiming that sources have informed them that the two are not getting along and Zendaya has said she doesn't want to be seen with her. I think that this is true. I do. Okay, so we went from the Page of Wands, shared enthusiasm, to heartbreak. All right, let's see who's who in the connection. So allegedly, oh, Brianna, same. So glad she's cutting her off. I think, yeah, I think Sydney Sweeney is a huge problem. A huge problem. Not a fan. Okay, let's get Zendaya's energy and the connection between the two of them. What is Zendaya's current energy towards Sydney? I know, Brianna. I'm ill. I'm ill. Abdul said I just made myself hot chocolate. Ooh, fantastic. It's giving fall vibes. Very cozy. I love it. Zendaya's energy. The Nine of Pentacles. You guys, Zendaya cannot be bothered with this messiness. She's in a good place. Nine of Pentacles. She's like, I am here to be myself. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have fun. I'm in an abundant phase, and I'm not going to let someone that I don't like and I don't agree with mess with my peace, mess with my energy, mess with my reputation. And I think she's 100% right. This is the right move for her career. Also, she has spoken out in the past. I think it was like in 2016. She spoke out about how concerned she was that Trump was elected president. And so she's an Aquarius rising. She has been outspoken about who she is, what she believes in. And I definitely think that once she got the full picture of Sydney Sweeney and like everything that she stands for and what she's been doing out there, she was just like, no. Also, 9 is the energy of closing a cycle and starting a new cycle. And because this is such an abundant card, this is like a symbol of maturity. So maybe in the past, Zendaya would have felt more pressured in certain ways to just sort of like, okay, because she is a producer on Euphoria. So maybe in the past, like when she was younger, she would have been like, well, I need to just kind of do what I need to do for the sake of the project or whatever. But she's in a new cycle, a cycle of authenticity. 9 of Pentacles. Pluto is in her first house right now, transiting her first house. So she is going to be very real. This is the time for all Aquarius risings to truly express themselves in the first house. I am also a Virgo Sun Aquarius rising like Zendaya, and I have been going through a similar era. Okay, so I totally get it. And this feels very, very right. So good for her. I love this because, yeah, it's very important that she doesn't allow this type of energy to muddy the waters. She doesn't need to be standing next to people that she doesn't agree with. If she can go do her own press tour, why would she force herself to do that? So I think that's good. Okay, and then how does Sydney Sweeney feel towards Zendaya, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only? Let's see. Brianna says Sydney wanted Tom at one point. Yes, I know, Brianna. It's so bad. Wait, Alex said Zendaya is a Virgo Sun, Taurus Moon, Aquarius rising with a Scorpio midheaven. Astro theme confirms. AA rating as well. Fantastic, Alex. Thank you for confirming all the Astro tea. So important. I love her too. I love her too. Okay, let's see. How does Sydney Sweeney feel towards Zendaya, allegedly? Ooh, my gosh. 8 of Swords. Holy smokes. You guys. So this 3 of Swords energy is coming from Sydney. Wow. Okay. Zendaya right now is the epitome of unbothered with the 9 of Pentacles. And that is like real. She's showing real maturity. She knows what she wants. She knows who she is. And she's just simply standing by that. She doesn't want the drama. She's not going to gossip. We're not going to hear from the tabloids that she's been saying bad things about Sydney or that they've been having drama on set. We're not going to hear any of that. She is simply just being authentic, and staying in the lane that she believes she belongs in. And I think that's amazing. And then Sydney, because of this, she is actually heartbroken, Three of Swords. She's feeling like people are rejecting her. Also, remember, she's a 3 energy Virgo. And Three of Swords, because I'm reading this from the angle of, also looking at the birth chart and the numerology, I do think this ties in, and she feels like she's being rejected personally, which she is. It's her beliefs, it's the way she's acted. And then this 8 of Swords, this is the prison of your own making, prison of your own mind. She has made choices that have put her in this position. It's kind of like that energy of like, you have no one to thank but yourself. So yeah, her Saturn return is going to be coming in hot for her, you guys. Just wait. 8 of Swords, 8 is also about power. So feeling less powerful. So Sydney, she's playing it cool right now, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I think that her true feelings, though, are kind of like what you said, Gigi, about what we saw on Twitter, or was it TikTok? I don't know. One of the platforms where she was like crying and talking about how her feelings were hurt. That's how she really feels, allegedly. And this 8 of Swords is like, I don't know what to do right now. She thought by acting like I'm not going to say anything, she thought that that would win her points in some way, but it didn't. So she feels like she just is sort of stuck, trapped. She's worked herself into a corner and she doesn't really know how to get out of it now. And she's heartbroken that no one is supporting her, including Zendaya. Oh my God. Okay. Now let's see if we can clear up this Tom Holland situation. Heat Lifer says, Zendaya has always given me class and maturity vibes. Oh, Heat Lifer, well said. Yes, class. That was the word I was like trying to find in my mind. Yes, she has a very like, almost like a regal like demeanor. She just, the way she walks, the way she talks, the way that she stands. Yes, she's always like very much, I don't know, she's like an elegant vibe. So I agree, Heat Lifer. Alex says she's with him because he has power. She wants the connection. Yep. But with her moon in Capricorn, she has to heal that. If she ever truly wants to find love, she's going to have to make sure that she balances that out, because if she continues to just go for power, that's truly living out the dark side. Capricorn moons, in my opinion, really need to build their own power. That's what makes them feel fulfilled. But if they are, not quite there yet, if they're acting from fear or immaturity or insecurity, and they just try to connect themselves to people with power, they will never feel fulfilled. Capricorn moons, if you're listening, and you probably already know this, but the way to feel fulfilled is to shore yourself up, invest in yourself. You be the one to work hard. And then Capricorns are happy when they build a legacy that also benefits those they love. So you can do it in a way that is really positive. We see her doing it in a way that's like almost taking shortcuts, and that just doesn't work in astrology or in life, right? Which is kind of the same thing. Okay. So Tom Holland, he is also rumored to be somewhat, at the center of this feud, because reports came out that, like I mentioned earlier, that Sydney Sweeney was liking some tweets and different things about Tom Holland being hot and just like kind of inappropriate, like a little weird, if this is like your coworker's, at the time, I think boyfriend, it's just a little strange, it's a little desperate, a little creepy. I would think it's weird too. So let's just see if there's any truth to that, allegedly, any discomfort there. So what's the vibe around that? How Sydney has acted around Tom Holland, allegedly. She's very model-esque too. Yes, Alex agreed. Zendaya will never do wrong in my eyes. Agreed. I agree. Okay. The death card. Okay. We need a clarifier there. Why is Sydney's energy towards Tom Holland death card? What? Gemini, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. There we go. Thank you, Alex, for spelling that. Astro T on Tom's birth chart. Air and fire are very, very positive for Zendaya. With the Aquarius rising, somebody who has like Gemini energy, Sagittarius energy can help to like, fan the flames and like push you forward if that's your first house. So just a little fun fact there. Thank you for that, Alex. Yes, so awesome. Okay, death card. Let's get a clarifier on this death card energy. Why is Sydney's energy towards Tom death card? Weird. Three of Cups. Stop it. Stop it. Three, not my Three's a Crowd card. You guys, this is the Three's a Crowd allegedly wanting to cheat. Okay. I'm sorry, but what the heck, you guys? When the tarot T is too accurate. So the Three of Cups, the cups are, of course, emotions. This is her wanting to be involved, wanting to be the other woman. Okay. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only, but like, what? What? I can't get over this. I'm sorry. I can't get over it. Death card. So basically, that dream never took off for her. Okay. Oh my God. Like, what is this reading, you guys? I'm like beside myself. It's just too real. She's the Eight of Swords. Like, she's worked herself into a corner. She's heartbroken. Zendaya is the Nine of Pentacles, like above it. Oh my God. And the reason is that, yeah, she wanted this. She wanted to be the other woman, allegedly. But death card, it wouldn't happen. It never happened. It's never going to happen. The death card is just like the strongest no. So, and then in the background, we have the white horse in the back. If y'all can see it back there. And I have pulled the Knight of Cups before for Tom Holland and Zendaya. And I'm going to interpret that as this white horse, being like, no, like I already have my person, because that's the fairy tale romance energy, the Knight of Cups. So yeah, he's like the romantic, like he's not going to be about that cheating life. Like it's just not even a possibility. So she was turned down very swiftly. Okay, and then one more, and then we'll move on. One more about how Zendaya feels about this, because she knows this. She and Tom talk, and she's aware of what everybody's been saying, and who knows what else she's witnessed. So how does Zendaya feel about that particular situation, allegedly? Ooh, Gigi, interesting. Gigi says depends on his birth time. He could be a Scorpio moon. No wonder why he's a great guy for Zendaya. Heat Lifer says, agree. The way she approaches a red carpet is just amazing, right? There's nothing that she wears that she ever looks raunchy or awful in. Yes, agreed. Cough says, no way would Tom ever go there. Agreed. Guys, we are on the same page here. Okay, let's see. How does Zendaya feel allegedly about Sydney and her approaches, we'll say. We'll say that in a polite way. Her approaches toward Tom. Nine of Wands. This is like, again, another 9 card, the ending of a cycle. I need a clarifier for this, but this is somebody who's sort of like hanging back, like sitting. It's like she's not going to get into it. Like that's what this feels like to me again. It's like maybe in the past, I would have engaged. I would have said something. I would have, confronted this person. And it's not that she's like afraid to confront, because that's not her personality. But this is like 9 of Wands. Like I'm watching this person, the look on their face, it's just very like, there's like a frown. They're just like watching and like noticing. And the cycle of her involving herself yet again, another 9 for her. The cycle of her involving herself in things that she knows are beneath her energy, it's over, it's closed. So she's not going to even involve herself in it. Let's get one more clarifier for that. 9 of Wands. It's a lot of like restraint, but it's for a purpose. Like she has decided that she's not going to give it air. She understands that would just kind of create more buzz. It would create more BS could even in some way, fuel Sydney's career because that no press is bad press type of thing. She's just not going to give it any energy. One more clarifier. 3 of Swords. Okay. But I will say this, but it did hurt her feelings. And not because of Tom's actions, because he had that death card from Sydney. He did not entertain it. But 3 of Swords, this is the part that hurt her feelings. She did interpret something that Sydney did or said as being an inappropriate approach to Tom, and it broke her heart. 3 of Swords. She didn't like it. It made her feel very hurt and upset that Sydney would even do that. 9 of Wands. Yeah. And we had that Page of Wands for when they first, were on set together. So I think that this is what initially transformed Zendaya's perception of Sydney. It was seeing that first and then finding out more about her beliefs later. And now she's just like, I am so over this. Like, ew, this is not anything I want to be a part of. So, okay, that makes sense to me. Dang. Yeah, well, we don't see at the bottom of the deck, that Page of Wands. Yep. So truly, like, it started off innocently. They didn't know each other. And, over time, Zendaya has learned more about who Sydney is and has decided that she is not compatible as a friend or otherwise. Okay. No way would he ever go there. Yes. Agreed. Cough. Alex says, yes, I definitely agree. She's intentional with what she wears. Her stylist, La Roche, is great. Agreed, you guys. Brianna says, Ariana and Ethan were not together in the Wicked premiere. Can we know if it's true that she broke up with him after the Wicked premiere? Yeah, let's pull some cards on that, Brianna. I've been curious too. I didn't put them on the thumbnail because I think the last time, didn't we do a reading on them the last time and we got that they did break up? But let's check back in because I also thought that was pretty interesting that nobody mentioned it. And of course, they can't because if you go on the red carpet, like as a journalist, you have to have approved questions and you can get your credentials pulled. And if you're inappropriate, there's a lot of rules. But I just think it's interesting that it's like almost like it never happened, So let's see. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande. Not at the Wicked premiere together. The current energy between them. Did anyone see Ethan Slater at the premiere at all? I have not seen any pictures of him there. High Priestess. Okay. The High Priestess, this is like a powerful female energy. Somebody who is very intuitive. Someone who's very connected. This could also indicate someone who's pulling the strings behind the scenes. Just got goosebumps when I said that. So, okay, what else? That feels weird, you guys. I don't have like a good energy about this High Priestess because sometimes the High Priestess card can be like someone who's very like spiritually advanced and somebody who is compassionate and like symbolic of someone who's more spiritual than materialistic. But this High Priestess card to me feels more like somebody doing things in the shadows and like behind the scenes that we can't see. It feels dark. It it feels bad. Okay. I don't like that. Okay. What else? The energy between them, Ethan and Ariana. The Hierophant. Yeah, life lessons. We've gotten this for them before. This is the life lessons card. This is also a marriage card. And it can indicate marriage lessons learned. This would be more Ethan, like him learning like some karmic lessons. High Priestess, she's like his karmic teacher. So this indicates that he might be getting his karma currently. Eek. We knew it was going to happen. I think we talked about that in the last reading. Gigi says, Tim and Kylie are on Ethan. What's going on? That's breaking up the relationship. Mercury retrograde, perhaps. Yes, perhaps. I mean, Mercury retrograde is definitely here to break down things that don't work and reset systems. And that can include relationships. We also have that Scorpio new moon tomorrow. So that's like secrets revealed. Um, Things that have been avoided can no longer be avoided. So if there's like a relationship that really is not meant to be, there's a chance that either tomorrow or following closely to the Scorpio new moon, like within the next few weeks, those things can move out of the way for something better to come in. So maybe that's, maybe they just aren't really like soulmate potential type of thing. But yeah, this is a time of a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, a lot of planets in Scorpio right now. Scorpio stellium. There's a grand water trine at the moment. So a lot of emotions in the air. So if you've been feeling emotional, that's probably why. So it's a lot going on. Heat Lifer says, yes, Britt, we talked about that in our last live. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Heat Lifer. Thank you for confirming. Heat Lifer, isn't he like a second tier actor in the movie? I don't know what they're called, but he's not one of the leads. Okay, I haven't seen it. Sorry. I haven't seen it. But maybe anybody who's seen it, you guys, is he second tier? Is he one of the leads of the film, or is he like second tier? I have seen the Broadway version, and that, yeah, and he's pretty, like, that character isn't in a whole lot of the Broadway version. Okay, hold on. I'm going to scroll up because I'm missing some of your comments. Let's see. Alex says, Ariana Grande is a Cancer sun, Libra moon, Capricorn rising with the Scorpio midheaven. Ooh, okay. So with the Scorpio midheaven, Alex, thank you again for spilling the astro tea. You are killing it today. Appreciate it so much. So, okay, this is actually going to be a positive new moon for her. It's so interesting. She's like, okay, this is going to sound so bad, but we're among friends, right? I feel like Ariana Grande, like when it comes to like cheating and I'm sorry, but like dating men who are either married or in relationships at the time when she got with them. I'm not saying she's like a terrible person across the board. I don't know her, but based on like all of the instances of her getting with people when they were with somebody else, like I think when it comes to her love life, her ethics are like very, very questionable. Like it's just not, it doesn't look good. Okay. It just doesn't. And it's a pattern. If you ever do a deep dive on YouTube, like you'll be pretty shocked. But she sort of like reminds me of Donald Trump in that way where it's like somebody who keeps getting away with things, getting away with things, getting away with things. And then like at some point the karma has to come back, right? But this to me is so interesting because there's like a grand water trine between her sun and her midheaven. So that's like her having a glow about her, like good things coming for her. Good career advancements happening starting tomorrow and like in the couple weeks that follow. Like, so I don't think her karma's coming yet, you guys. I don't think it is. I think Ethan's karma's coming though with the Hierophant card. Okay. So let's see. Brianna says, I feel like the blind item about Ethan seeing his wife again and not being present in the Wicked premiere could be true, but still I don't want Lily to take him back. I don't either. I just think someone who's willing to do that to, is just not the right person for you. I mean, loyalty is like one of the most important, if not the most important thing when it comes to a relationship, right? If you don't have loyalty, like what do you have? If you don't have trust, what do you have? That's not even a friend, much less like a husband or a wife. Okay, so let's see. I feel like Ari is on her self-journey era, if that makes sense. Yes, agreed. Maybe she's going to start getting more real with the Scorpio new moon and people will like her more for it. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. How does Ariana currently feel towards Ethan, allegedly for entertainment purposes only? Abdul, yes, we can check up on Luigi Mangione for sure. Ooh, I saw a video of Ariana and Ethan talking a little bit at the New York City Wicked for good premiere. Interesting, Alex. The sun card, Ariana. Yes, you guys, I'm telling you, her sun right now is involved in this grand water trine between her sun, her ego, her sense of self, and her midheaven, which is her career and public image. She feels good right now. Like, guys, she's feeling no pain. Like, well, allegedly, whatever. She does seem to be crying a lot and some things seem to be going on with her. But when it comes to her ego and her career, the sun card, she feels like dreams are coming true, baby. I'm feeling, I'm on top of the world. Okay. Interesting. She's still unbothered. by the relationship situation. What about Ethan? Oh, okay. Well, Ethan, I think he's got some real feelings here because the cards are like slippery, jumping. How does Ethan currently feel towards Ariana Grande? Allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. How does he currently feel towards her? Alex, when they were talking, could you tell anything about the vibe? Did it seem friendly? Did it seem romantic? Any vibes? Ooh, okay. Yep. 6 of Cups, but in the reverse, you guys. So he's aware of the situation. Definitely at one point, he saw her as his 6 of Cups in the upright, which this is like your perfect partner. I mean, look at these two. They're like in love. This is like you look at them as your soulmate. 6 energy when it comes to numerology and tarot is like Venus. It is love, harmony. Like there's this like glow of just like, the rose colored glasses. Also, 6 of Cups can indicate a soulmate connection that feels faded or like it was from a past life, something incredibly intoxicating. In reverse, this is like you've lost that. So I think he's devastated. Okay, I really do. And we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. So in light of these other cards, I think that the High Priestess is Ariana Grande. She is pulling the strings, you guys. I think she's very much in charge of, what Ethan says when he does press, if he's able to do press, where he stands. Like it's a little creepy, I'll be honest. The High Priestess, she's involved, very involved, for the sake of their image, and it just feels very controlling. I don't like this feeling at all. Yuck. And then the Hierophant, this is him. This is his karma. This is the lessons that he had to learn. And basically it's that old adage, you learn that the grass is not always greener on the other side. So it's like he thought the grass would be greener. He thought that maybe there was, a bigger, better deal. Maybe Ariana was the 6 of Cups, the excitement that he was missing in his life or whatever. And sadly, when he took that leap and he went to go see the grass, he got close to it and it was just like rotting, and the grass was not green. It was bad. And he is having to now kind of sit in that and just let that sink in. I think he's like really sad, you guys. Oh my God. Well, the bottom of the deck, we don't see 4 of Swords. He's on his healing journey, and maybe she is too, but he's definitely on a journey of self-discovery and healing at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, it's not a good energy though, you guys. This does not feel good. It's like we need to sage the deck. Okay, what do you guys say? Of course, happy to help. Aw, that's so sweet, Alex. Brianna says, I want to like Ari, but her pattern in her relationships painfully hard to defend. I agree with you. And I feel the same way because she does come across as sweet. She said some really nice things politically that I agree with. She has also spoken out about animal welfare and stuff. So like she's done a lot of things that I'm like, that's really great. But then when it comes to her relationships, you're just like, God, like, can we just stop? Like, can we stop, please? Stop being like this. Like we can't defend it. She's done this before with Naya Rivera and Big Sean. Yep, that's right, Alex. Add it to the list. That's another one. Oscar nom for Ariana. Gigi. Okay, well, let's see. Is there going to be an Oscar nom for Ariana? Not a fan of Ariana Grande, to be honest. Yeah, I get it, Abdul. Can we check on Luke Newton? Yes, we can. Aparova, hi, welcome. We'll definitely check. Any Oscar nom potential for Ariana? Oh my God, guys, 6 of 1. Look at this. This is, can y'all see that this person's holding a trophy? Best Friend of the Year awards, holding a trophy. Yeah. So I'm going to say yes. Yes, Oscar nom. Only because like that is crazy. Can y'all see that trophy in her hands? Like this is like accepting an award. Tarot T, you are just being crazy tonight. Wow. Okay. Blowing me away over here. All right. So let's move on now. We have a couple of requests. We're going to do Luigi Mangione, check in on him, and then Luke Newton. Okay. So first, Luigi, what is going on with him? Oh my God, Alex, what? It seemed casual. Then Cynthia Erivo started talking to Ariana to pull her away from him. Oh my gosh. They also have a very interesting dynamic. To me, so some people are suggesting that they're like romantically linked. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say that, right? Cynthia is married and or in a relationship with somebody. Um, I don't know if they're necessarily romantically involved, but I will say during my deep dive rabbit hole last night where I was watching some YouTube videos just kind of showing them together recently, there was this one that I thought was like particularly strange where they're sitting there talking. It's like one of those panels after everybody watched the Wicked movie. And one of their co-stars is like holding Ariana's arm and like acting something out. And he's kind of like holding her arm, like going like this, but like it wasn't aggressive or anything. It was like kind of, I don't know, he was being silly or telling a story. And then Cynthia like reaches across to like his hand to sort of like, I don't know, like block in a way. Like it was not aggressive, but it was very like concerned, maternal, almost like overly concerned, like, oh, like be careful. And maybe that's for a reason. You know, maybe something's going on with Ariana that we don't know about and she's more fragile. Who knows, right? We have no idea. But it was weird because Ariana didn't say, oh, like, excuse me or something. She didn't express discomfort. And then Cynthia was sort of like, oh, and then grabbed her hand and like kissed her hand. Like it was very intimate. And it was also very like, it struck me as like looking like very codependent from the outside, sort of like she's a grown woman. Like if she's bothered, she can say, excuse me, or you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you should have to see the video. It was weird. It was weird. Maybe like Google Cynthia Erivo kissing Ariana's hand. Like, see if you can see that video. It was weird to me. I was like, this is strange. They're like very, very dependent upon each other in a way that does seem to go beyond friendship and maybe beyond what's healthy. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, so it was a lot. I was like, this is kind of weird. But maybe that's just my Aquarius rising self being like, I would feel very smothered if someone did that to me. I'd be like, I'm okay. Like, thank you. I'm okay. I'll tell somebody if they're bothering me. All right. So checking in on Luigi Mangione. What's the latest energy around him? Brianna said, I just really want Ari to be by herself for a while and focus on her, but I know she'll jump from man to man. I know. I think that would be the best thing for her, right? It really would. She's also been going through her Saturn return. So hopefully she's been learning some life lessons. And I believe it's in her 5th house of love and romance. So again, maybe after this Saturn and Pisces transit, she will go on that self-healing journey. I mean, that would be good timing for that, for her to actually be alone for a little bit. Maybe she's learned that love won't fix things. That would be a Saturn theme in the 5th house. Okay, I'm going to get it real mixed up. Oh, okay. That card had some energy. We'll take it. Oh, there you go. The Hanged Man. And then what we don't see below it, guys, the Justice card. What is going on? The tarot tea is being so literal tonight, and I'm loving it. Wow. Okay. So the Hanged Man and the Justice card. So this Hanged Man, it's not like a literal Hanged Man. It's more of like, I just don't know still. So there's a lot that is still in the works around Luigi Mangione. He doesn't know which way things are going to go. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, his attorneys don't know which way things are going to go. Nobody knows which way things are going to go. This is a very, I don't know. It's very stressful. It's like a lot of people are just sort of in limbo right now. It needs to play out. So it's continuing to play out, but there's just no clear answer, no clear direction. Justice card. The justice system is at work. What we don't see is what's going on behind the scenes. Again, negotiations, balancing things out. There could be plea deals and offers. I don't feel like this is going to go to like a full-on trial. I think that the government is going to want to end this sooner rather than later, just because of everything that it would stir up. But hanged man energy, we don't know. There's just not enough that's actually taken place yet. Even the tarot T can't say. So, uncertainty. There's an air of uncertainty around him. He feels uncertain as well. So that's the most I can give you right now. Okay, let's see. Nellie says, can we check on Luke and Nick? Yes, we can. Oh my gosh, Aprova, you're so sweet. Hello, I love your take on pop culture and astrology. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you for saying that. That means a lot to me. It really does. Ooh, Heat Lifer says, Abdul, I feel the same. I think she's very self-absorbed. Yeah. I agree, Heat Lifer. I agree. It's people that take themselves like incredibly seriously. You know, you're kind of like, it's okay. Like, you're just a human like everybody else. You don't need to, like, I don't know. It's a lot. Brianna says, this gave me the same feeling when Ethan didn't go to the VMAs. I honestly feel like Ari didn't want him there. Yes, I agree with you, Brianna. Just to go back to that topic, I agree with you on that. And I also feel like with High Priestess energy, she is so much more powerful than he is in this process, that she truly is pulling the strings. And he's kind of been like disempowered in many ways. Like, I feel like allegedly, he could even maybe, like, I don't know, sue in some way if he wanted to. Like, I don't know how that would work out. You know, I'd have to ask Michael, who is watching a basketball game right now. So I think, or football. I don't know. One of the games. He's watching a game right now, so we can't even ask him. But I feel like he has been so controlled with his press, and like imagine if you were in a film and you were dating someone who had a bigger role than you, and then because of your dating this person, rather than being able to go and get a lot of publicity and press for yourself, which would help your career, which could help you make more money in the future, you're basically being downplayed and kind of like hidden in order to preserve that bigger celebrity's reputation. So I wonder if there would even be recourse for him to like sue or something, because it's very icky with that High Priestess card. It really feels like he is, I don't know, but then again, karma, the Hierophant. So just, you can't do those things and expect for it to all work out. Eventually it catches up. Okay, Gigi says, I remember something she said years ago about how her personal life suffers when she's succeeding in her career and vice versa. Ooh, interesting. Interesting, Gigi. That would be something to look at in her birth chart. Well, it does seem like right now her career is succeeding and her love life is not. So yeah, that would back that up, huh? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Abdul. It's so sweet. Yeah, Cops says I feel like they become a bit codependent. Ooh, Alex was more of the Astro T. Cynthia Erivo is a Capricorn sun, Taurus moon. Ariana is a Cancer sun, Libra moon. With that Capricorn rising, Capricorn and Cancer are sister signs. Ooh, Alex, such a good point. So they've even talked about how they kind of like are opposites, but that help each other out. So this would be, oh my God, it's so dead on for the astrology. Like with Ari being the Cancer sun, this is someone who can be very sensitive, you know, and they do have a sweetness about them. Even when they're doing bad things, there's a way that they tend to get away with it because they're so sweet that people just like them. And so they'll kind of overlook things to a point. So that's Ari's energy. And then Capricorn, you know, Cynthia Erivo, it's like business. She means business. She's going to tell you the truth. And the two being sister signs, it's like they're complementary opposites. But what you do have to be really careful about when you have that complementary opposite energy is that like you don't let that person fill in the void for you. Like rather than Cynthia softening her approach sometimes and like cultivating that energy within herself and finding balance, or Ariana getting stronger and advocating for herself or being more honest at times, with that sense of strength and like cultivating that within. Rather than doing that, it's like the two can glom onto each other. And then it's like, they're almost like become one person. It's like, she's the side of us that is going to be sensitive, and the other one's the side of us that's going to stand up for us. And they become like this unit. So yeah, very interesting and weird also. Sorry, but weird. Okay. Almost codependent. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm just catching up on what y'all are saying. Roller Girl says they're always like that. It's weird. I know it is weird, guys. It is weird. Oh my God, Abdul. Well, we're all entitled to have our opinions. And I do think that a lot of these people are showing their more problematic sides lately. Ari acting like she's innocent and fragile rubs me the wrong way. I know. It kind of makes me sick, right? Especially if you like look back at past videos where she was like, I don't know, she's had like 3 different personas and she has not always been this little like fragile wilting flower. Do you know what I mean? Like, remember the era when she was with Pete Davidson and she was like licking donuts? Like, she's not this little fragile, like, like, oh God, it's like, I feel like she wants to be like, I have the vapors and like passing out. It's very like fake. It's like I'm acting all the time. Will the real Ariana please stand up? I thought Ethan's ex-wife has a new man. Oh, Whitney, I heard that too, and I hope it's true. Heat Lifer says today's basketball. Thank you, Heat Lifer, for spilling the sports tea, which we do need around here too. We need to know. Can we look into Britney Spears, hang out with Kim? Yes. Oh my God, Alex, yes. That's on my list. Okay, so let's fulfill the request of Luke Newton, and then, yeah, let's look at Britney Spears. Oh my God. Yes, Abdul, I would agree with that. That could definitely be with that Hanged Man Justice card. Or, yeah, that could be what that meant. Okay, basketball's on right now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Cough. Do you read on K-pop groups? I certainly could. And I'd be happy to. Okay, so Luke Newton, what's going on with him? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Luke Newton. I'm sure he's gearing up to do press for Bridgerton. What's his vibe? 4 of Wands. Okay, he's celebrating. He is spending a lot of time with his significant other right now. And I know you guys don't love that. And we have done some interesting readings on Antonia and that whole situation. It's weird. They seem to have a relationship where sometimes they're like really, really good, allegedly. And then sometimes they are like, they kind of seem like they avoid each other, or like it can come across, at least with the tarot readings, as very surface. But this is like a celebration. 4 of Wands. This could even be them living together. I don't know if they already are living together, but that's like what this feels like. Interesting. They're very up and down, and they're kind of on an upswing right now. Very Libra moon. Who has Libra moon, Alex? Are you talking about Luke Newton? What else is energy around Luke? Celebrating in a relationship. Oh, I'm telling you, you guys, it's so complicated. But the Knight of Wands in reverse. But he's not like, this is so strange, but like he's not passionate right now. Knight of Wands in reverse. So in the upright, this would be somebody who's like passionate, excited, attracted to their partner, that type of vibe. In reverse, this is like, it's more settling into like a friendship, that's so strange to me. That's so strange to me. 4 of Wands. So they're celebrating. It almost feels like they're getting like trying to be like an old married couple type of vibe. Like, what? There's a lack of passion, but they're celebrating some sort of win together. I don't get it. Okay, let's get his energy towards. This is turning into a love reading for him. So Luke's energy towards Antonia, allegedly. Can you do a reading on New Jeans? Yes, of course. I would be happy to. Anything in particular about them? I don't know about like their lore or anything, so I will just be doing an off the cuff reading, but I'm absolutely happy to do that. Okay, let's see. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is trouble around finances between the two of them. Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the Four of Wands in the upright. I do think that they've moved in together for financial reasons. Okay, interesting. This is like so random. We're getting like very detailed about like one element of his life. Okay, allegedly for entertainment purposes, only Luke Newton moved in with his girlfriend because of financial reasons, but Knight of Wands in reverse, not passionate, and I don't think that he's as excited about it as she is. Okay, interesting. How does Antonio feel towards Luke right now? Gigi says anniversary, maybe. Koff says, I'm pretty sure they've lived together for quite a while already. Okay, interesting, Koff. Interesting. Maybe they have. Maybe they're getting a new place together. It's like an upgrade. Four of Wands. They're celebrating something in the home. That's what that means. Maybe they got a pet. I don't know. Something with their home. Can you do a brief reading on Nicola? Absolutely, Pat. For you, anything. How Antonio feels. Death card in reverse. She's trying to avoid the ending of a relationship. Okay. So the death card is like, this is going to be, we're getting a little, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Let me just say that. Okay. This is, because this is kind of a lot. I don't know exactly how she did this, and I don't want to speculate too much because what comes to mind is like a little bit crazy to say out loud. But let's just say that with the death card in reverse, there was a time allegedly where the relationship was going to end. Okay. And Antonia did something allegedly or said something that prevented this from happening. Death card in reverse. And instead brought them closer together with the Four of Wands, something he's celebrating in the home. Knight of Wands in reverse. He's not excited about it though. And there are finances involved. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Do I think that she might be with him for financial reasons? A little bit, maybe. Okay, with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. He feels like he got sort of roped into something, allegedly. We'll have to see what comes out about their relationship because there is something that has happened very, very recently that maybe has solidified this partnership in a way. Could this be them having a child together? Maybe. I don't know, but it's intense. With the death card, this is like a very serious energy. I don't know. A child, like what else could it be? I don't know. I'm going to keep my eye on those two now. Wow. Norma says, baby, right? He life for issue, right? I don't know. That's what this feels like to me. I'm trying to think of like, what else could it be? But that's one of the only things I can think of. Okay. Well, we'll see, guys. If it ends up being the truth, we'll know that the tarot tea spilt it. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. She's still auditioning for dance jobs. So God, I hope that means she's not pregnant. God. Well, it's something. Something has gone on. Something's happening in the home that has prevented an ending of their relationship. Okay. Something. So we'll see what that is. Maybe it'll come out. Nicola Coughlan, a quick check-in on her. Then Britney Spears. Nicola Coughlan, how is she doing? What is going on for her? She's been working a lot, getting a lot of new projects going. She seems like she's been very busy. What's the energy around Nicola? The Fool. Yes. Look at that. Head to the sun. You're happy. You're living life. And she's got loyal people around her, which is what that dog symbolizes. Yeah, she's feeling like footloose and fancy free, basically. She is living her life, having a good time. She's feeling excited about life, feeling like there's just endless possibilities. This is a really good vibe. I love this. So she's like very unbothered as well. Similar to Zendaya. It's an unbothered energy. This card is like sticking out in a weird way. We're going to take it. Oh, okay. Hello. Six of Cups in reverse also. This is the Ethan Slater love card. So Is she still with her guy? I don't think so, because the Fool card is very much like new beginnings with the 0 at the top. This is like, I'm starting fresh, and I'm happy about it though. I feel free. I feel excited. I feel like, oh, I've dropped all my burdens. This is a bold claim to make. I'm aware of that with the 6 of Cups in reverse though. But I mean, just that's what this feels like to me. It's like with Ethan. It's like you were with somebody that you really liked, you thought were great, but turned out not to be the soulmate. So they've either broken up recently with the Fool card. That's what that looks like to me, because it's someone who's freshly single and like excited to be out on the town and like feeling free. It's possible this hasn't happened yet. We have that Scorpio new moon tomorrow. Uranus is also involved. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus, which is, I believe, her sun sign, or no, her moon sign. Nicola, yeah. So there you go. With Uranus retrograde in Taurus conjunct her moon around that Scorpio new moon tomorrow, I wonder if she hasn't, become single yet, I wonder if this indicates something surprising in her life where she might become single very soon, but we'll end up feeling really good about it. Okay. That's a little bit astrology and tarot woven in there. Especially because the moon is where she has Taurus, which is emotional, her emotions, her feelings. So yeah, I think she's going to have a surprising new beginning very soon. Interesting. I know a lot of people have not been a fan of her relationship. So, maybe you guys your intuition was right that was not the person. Just a lesson, a life lesson. Okay. I'm sorry. New Jeans first. New Jeans, then Britney Spears. Okay. Also, we need to look into what's going on with Nicki Minaj. Okay. Yes. All right. Remind me of that, Alex, please. Actually, where's my pen? Let me write this down. Okay. All right. So we have, I also have Britney Spears' birth chart right here because I was planning to look at that a little bit. New Jeans. Then we have Nicki Minaj. Okay. All right. So let's see. New Taya says, okay, guys, this is interesting. We're getting into some K-pop tea. A little new for us, but very interesting. And thank you, New Taya, for bringing this into our chat. Like, I love it. I love that we're looking into some K-pop stuff. Okay. New Taya says that, so New Jeans is trying to get out of their contract with their label, Adore/Hybe. Oh, wait, isn't Hybe Scooter Braun's label? Red flag already, right, you guys? Unfortunately, they lost the injunction and lawsuit. They were supposed to appeal recently, but the label threatened one of the younger members' parents. Are you kidding me? And they were forced to go back to the company. That's so toxic. I feel like if somebody doesn't want to work for you anymore, like, people should be able to move on. Do you know what I mean? Some of these contracts are just like crazy, how they lock people in. Like, that's giving creepy. Oh my God. She's an Aquarius rising too. Going on Nicki Minaj. Yes, Alex. Okay, so funny. Okay, so let's see what's going on with them. Koff said she called him my love in her stories like 2 weeks ago. Well, so Uranus is the planet of surprises, shock, and awe. And Uranus is the planet involved in tomorrow's new moon, which is conjunct her Taurus moon, which is emotions. So basically, it could be a shocking change of heart based on something that she learns. Okay. That will ultimately be good for her. All right. So let's see. Hi, Babalu. Oh my gosh. It's good to see you. How are you? Oh my gosh. New Taya says Hybe has 2 CEOs, Bang PD and Scooter Braun. Okay. Red flag already, right? All right. So will New Jeans be able to get out of this contract? What is going on here? That makes me so sad. Call Taylor Swift to get the Swifties on it and pressure Scooter Braun. The contract with New Jeans. What's going on? Three of Wands, looking to the future. Yeah. They are looking to the future and they see their future elsewhere. That's what they would like to happen. In the binoculars, it's like there's this beautiful beach that they see. So it's like they know what they want. They have a vision for what they want. Three of Wands. Three is creativity. Wands is passion. So it's like they're trying to get out of this contract because they know that they could move forward to something better. So I don't know if this is another company that they want to work with in the wings, or if there's a project that they've really been wanting to do that this current company is not Hybe is not like supporting them in doing. Maybe it's going a different direction, but there's like a passionate, creative force that they want to be able to embrace, and they're being blocked currently by this contract, allegedly. So creative differences, issues with their creativity. Oh, okay. Hold on. Cards are flying. Page of Cups, an emotional new beginning, a creative new beginning that is based on positive emotions. So this is what they want. They want to start fresh. They want to work with people, Cups energy that they feel supported by. The vibes and the energy currently around them is lacking. They're already just trying to see like down the road, like how can we change this, which makes sense because they want to get out of the contract. Okay, what's going to happen with their contract, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only? Will they be able to get out of it? Bank PD is under investigation for alleged market violations. No, that is so sad. Like, I feel like if somebody that you're working with is like being investigated and they can prove that like there's been wrongdoing, like you should be able to get out of this. I don't know. It just seems like it can get really dicey with these contracts, and I feel so bad for people who get like caught up and then they're kind of like stuck. Babu says doing good. Have been listening, but just now able to chat. Nice. Oh, I'm glad you've been here, Babu. Sydney making a move on Tom was wild. Right? Right? Ew. Get it together. Okay, so what's going to happen here? Let's do past, present, future with this contract to try to like get a timeline. So in the past with the contract, what has happened? What were some of like the negative consequences for them from being in this contract for New Jeans? 10 of Swords. Yeah. So they felt heartbroken, blocked, and like there's been an ending. Like, so did you say that they already left? Because this would be like they already left. But then they were like forced to come back. Yeah. So they saw an ending here. I mean, this is like all the swords in the photo. Also, what's funny is there's a man in the photo. So this could be them directly having an issue with either Bang PD or Scooter Braun, or maybe both, who knows, but like a very negative interaction. And they decided, I don't want to be with this company anymore, this group, these people. There's also like a wedding band on the bed here, which is a symbol of like, I don't want to be married to this person anymore. And in astrology, your 8th house rules marriage and contracts. So this also kind of ties in, you know, to the astrology of it all, where you're basically just saying like symbolically, I don't want to be tied to this person anymore. So that was in the past. So they have been through all the feelings, they've made the decision, and they sounds like they walked away. And now what's going on? Whitney's the same. I've been zoning in and picking up my house. LOL. Good for you, Whitney. Love a multitask. I always listen to YouTube too when I clean or like do laundry. You go, Whitney. Getting that house cleaned up. It always feels so good, especially with like a new moon coming tomorrow, you know? Having a fresh house for a new moon, love it. Perfect time to do that. Okay, in the present moment, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, spiritual work. It's intense. It feels deep for them. They are working really hard to get out of this. This is karmic. They're learning a lot of lessons. It might not be pleasant, but the lessons that New Jeans, like that they're learning right now as a group, are lessons that they will take with them forever. It's sort of like it's giving Saturn return type of energy. So yeah, they're in it. It's a spiritual battle for them. It is not easy. Okay, what about the future? Oh, did y'all see that card just fly out? What the heck? Okay, the Lovers in the future. There's going to be a choice to make. This is Gemini energy. Sorry, I'm like Fighting off a yawn. It's only 9:26, so I'm not tired. But I'm feeling, this is so strange, but I'm feeling like when I do a really, really negative reading, I will feel like I have to yawn. I told you all about this before, like, because I'm like releasing negative energy. And I feel like tightness in my jaw doing this reading. Like I can't, okay, so it's like energy of like I can't speak. Like tightness. So New Jeans, maybe they've signed an NDA and they can't speak. But it's like feels very uncomfortable. Page of Pentacles. In the future. Okay, so the answer is yes. In the future, they will get free of this contract. However, there are going to be some tough choices that they have to make. All of them might not fully be freed of it. It's really weird, but it feels like a new beginning. Page of Pentacles. Financially, I think they might have to give up some money. But I think they'll still be glad just to be free of it. So yes, they will get out of their contract eventually. The Lover's card, they're going to be tough choices and sacrifices that they have to make, though. They're not going to get out of it unscathed, basically. They might have to pay back a large sum of money. Page of Pentacles is like starting from the bottom. So if they have a lot of money right now, they may have to sign away some rights. I mean, and Scooter Braun is notorious for that. So I do think they're going to take a financial hit. But Page of Pentacles, they will escape. So, oh my gosh. Like, that is so sad. I hate that. I hate that. But they will get free, which is good. Nutea, I hope that like answers your question. I hope it makes you feel a little better. I feel sad, but I also feel glad that they're going to get free. I think at this point they've had it. And that's like what they want the most. They're like, take it. Take the money. We'll make more. Like, we just want to get out of this contract. That's what it feels like. Okay. So next, let's see. Nicki Minaj. So what's going on with Nicki Minaj? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. That's something I should do too. When he goes, do it, Alex, do it. You'll feel so much better. Always so good to clean up around that new moon. Okay. Nicki Minaj. I don't really know what's going on with her right now. So also flying blind on this, unless you want to give me some context. But let's see. Nutea says, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully they'll get out of the contract before it ends in 2029. Oh, Nutea, I think they'll get out of the contract like within the next 6 months. I do. We'll see what happens. I'll be watching it as well. Let me know if anything changes, if you get word of it. But I do think that it's gonna end pretty quickly. Aw, thanks, Heal Life, you're so sweet. Wishing everyone a great and happy rest of the week. Sending you all love and light until our next live. Good night. Good night, Heat Lifer. Sweet dreams. You're the best. Aw. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm still like letting out the bad energy. It is, I feel so bad for them, you guys. It's a lot. Okay, Nicki Minaj. What is going on? What's her energy? Ooh, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Is she having contract issues too? What's going on with her? Oh. Okay, well, I think she's having issues as well. Financially, contractually. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. She's trying to avoid a loss right now, but she's going through it. Interesting. Okay, we're going to take these. Oh, weird. Oh my God, she got the same cards. The Lovers and the Page of Pentacles for Nicki Minaj. But with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. For her, it's not about creativity, but it's about money. What is going on with her? I want to like look it up. Okay, hold on. Thanks, Alex. Alex said Nicki Minaj recently spoke at the United Nations. Oh, about the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. A move arranged in part by a Trump-affiliated advisor. What? Yes, I believe she is having contract issues too. Whoa, I'm gonna have to look into all that, Alex. Interesting. So 5 of Pentacles in reverse. This is contract issues, trying to avoid financial difficulty, feeling left out in the cold, but trying to fight that. The Lovers and the Page of Pentacles. She also was having to make choices about who she aligns with. And Page of Pentacles, she may also go through a financial loss in the near future. I think she said Jay-Z owes her money. Oh, yikes. Oh my God. Thank you, Nutea. I appreciate you keeping us updated. Well, she is fighting for her money right now, Alex. That's what I get. The energy around her is that her mind is on money and she's fighting for money and trying to avoid losses. But the Lovers card, there are definitely people around her that I don't know. I think she is going to experience a financial loss. So, unfortunately. Oh my God. Okay, Britney Spears, last one, you guys. And then I got to go do the Patreon because we have a very important new moon tomorrow. All right. So Britney Spears, a lot going on in her chart, a lot going on in her life. She surprised everyone this past week with being present at Kim Kardashian's house, hanging out with Kim and Khloe. Like, I feel like everybody kind of had a collective sigh of relief just seeing her out and about with two celebrities that seem, mostly normal and who are out there socially. I think it was nice to see Britney Spears just not in her house alone. Everybody, I don't know. I think it's worrisome. Like, I worry when I see her posting erratic things and it just seems, like mental health. She's just going through something. So it was nice, I think, to see her with other people, out of her home, just being somewhat normal. So like that's good. That's a positive. And if we look at this new moon in Scorpio for her, it's actually very positive because this grand water trine affects her Jupiter, which is abundance, positivity, where she has her natal Jupiter in Scorpio. It also is touching on her Cancer North node. So that is nurtured and feeling like nurturing and feeling nurtured. So fun fact, Khloe Kardashian is a Cancer sun. So Khloe's Cancer sun touches Britney's North Node in Cancer, meaning Khloe, it's probably like more of a Khloe thing. She's probably there for Khloe. When you have that connection with someone, that person, like Khloe, can help to heal Britney's like trauma. So her South Node in Capricorn, it's like having to feel like feeling like the world has been tough on you and having to feel like you have to be tough in order to be in the world. And a Capricorn South Node, it's very difficult. It can indicate financial abuse in your childhood, other types of, abuse. And we see that she really went through it with her family and her conservatorship and the paparazzi and the way she was treated as a young woman. I mean, it's horrible. Like, you watch some of the interviews when she was 16 and it's like, how as a society did we all just think this was normal? Like, she went through it. So Capricorn South Node, the world is harsh. Feeling like it's kill or be killed, so to speak. But your purpose, your destiny in this life, by the time you finish up your journey here, is to end at your North Node. And the North Node in Cancer is the opposite, right? It's like we talked about with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. It's going from the world is harsh and cold to the world is warm and I'm loved and I love others and I can be nurtured and I can understand what that feels like and be around people that make me feel that way. So it's like learning those life lessons. And with Khloe being a Cancer sun, she is naturally a nurturer. We see that she's a nurturer in her family. She's always like helping people and that is kind of her vibe. And so it's sort of like Khloe taking Britney under her wing. And that would actually be very positive for Britney Spears. I mean, that'd be very healing. And this energy is involved in the water trine that's really happening tomorrow. Oh, she also has her midheaven in Cancer. Okay, like very good. Honestly, very good. And then Kim's a Libra sun. That would be falling into Britney Spears' Libra rising first house, where she also has Saturn and Pluto. So Kim's influence in her life could give her more structure and Pluto empower her. Honestly, I think that it's a great hangout. Like, okay, astrologically, this looks very healthy. So love it. Okay, what do you guys think? Alex says, I have loved Britney Spears since I was a young kid, and I found out a few years ago we share quite a few of the same astrological placements. I love that, Alex. Oh my gosh. She has a lot of good placements. And so do you. Oh my gosh, Alexis, love you. Hi. Oh my God, God, I miss you. So my friend Alexis just went to BravoCon and I was watching all of her stories. She also has a podcast and it's just hilarious. She's a comedian. You go, girl. I love you. You're so sweet. Also a Britney Spears fan. Okay, so Alex says Britney Spears is Sagittarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Libra Rising with the Cancer Midheaven. I'm a Cap Sun, Aqua Moon. Oh, you do have a lot of the same placements. Oh my God, you've loved her since you were a kid. You guys are both very like airy and fun and also have like a sweetness. So I love it. I love BravoCon, Alexis. Amazing. Okay, so let's see, you guys. Let's see. What is going on with Britney Spears? So we'll do past, present, future. In the past for Britney, what was the energy? Ooh. Okay, best friend of the year awards, 6 of Wands. So she has actually been connecting more with friends lately. This is like the past 6 months. So I think what we haven't seen is that behind the scenes, she's been working on her friendships. She's been cultivating her friendships, which I think is so healthy for her with that Cancer North node. Like she needs to be surrounded by friends and people that love her. That's like the key to her success, you know? Okay, good. So that's good. We love that. Ooh, okay. And what about now? Let's see. How are things going now? We also, oh my God, Alex, are you the same person? You and Britney Spears are like twins. Birth chart twins. Definitely feel for her and understand her. Oh, Alex, that's so sweet. You get it. You get how it feels, what she's been going through. Babalu says Paris Hilton has been sweet with Britney. Always agreed. She has been. Paris Hilton has a lot of Aquarius and Sagittarius placements too. So that makes a lot of sense. Also kindred spirits. Like you get each other, you know? Aw. That's so sweet. Okay, present moment. How is Britney Spears doing now? Allegedly. For entertainment purposes only. Ooh, we got 2. Oh my God, you guys. 10 of Cups and the Star card. Okay, so remember how I said that the water trine happening tomorrow, like opening up a window for like a lot of positive energy with all of our water sign placements or water sign houses. Check your birth chart. Guys, she is definitely stepping into a new energy of 10 of Cups. This is feeling fulfilled, having good people around you. This is like your wishes coming true. So this could be a new love in her life. She could meet somebody that she has, you know, that she feels like is family for her, or just feeling like she's building her own family, which can also be your friends. So love that. Oh my God, you guys, this is so like North Node for her. The Star card, this is okay, interesting. We'll see how this happens, but a return to the spotlight in some way. This is also the Aquarius card. And did you guys say she has an Aquarius? Yeah, Aquarius moon. So again, water signs, your emotions. She's also having an emotional glow up from all of this support, I think. 6 of Wands, 10 of Cups, the Star. You guys, oh my, I think she's finally like hitting her stride with like love and relationships and finding good people who support her. And we are going to see her shining in that era. The Star card. This is like what she's been looking for her whole life. Oh my God, I love that, you guys. I think we're going to see her get a lot healthier. That's beautiful. Like, honestly, the best reading that we could have gotten for her, because like it connects with destiny. She's grown a lot and she's really been through it, but I think that she's going to be coming out the other side finally. I think everybody thought once she was freed of her conservatorship that it was going to be like a light switch, like she was going to be healthy and everything was going to be great with her. But that's really not how it happens, you know, in real life. Sometimes you have to like go through your healing process and it takes a little bit longer than you might like. And maybe that other people would expect you to just be like, okay, all of a sudden. But I think that she has been on that healing journey for the past few years. And this looks like a turning point of positivity where we are going to see her more like emotionally stable. And I think that's so, so good. So I'm glad. I'm really glad to see that. Okay, what are you guys saying? Wait, what? Okay, Alex says, yes, she has Babalu. Paris Hilton is an Aquarius sun. Yes, Leo moon, Sagittarius rising, Libra midheaven. I've loved and been a fan of her since I was a teen. Oh, yes, I really like her too. I just love her aesthetic. So cute. Britt, do a Britney card for Britney reading. Okay, we'll end on a Britney Spears card. Okay. Oh, goodness. Eek. All right, guys. Well, and it's getting interesting in here. So we're going to end on a Britney Spears Oracle card. So this is the vibe that we're taking with us, you guys. Fun fact, Britney Spears and I are also both from Louisiana. Okay, Alex, also surprised you're actually Britney Spears in here. Pranking us. You honestly sound like soul twins. Love it. Okay. Our Britney Spears Oracle card energy for the rest of the week. I'm going to be taking this with us. Ooh. The Blue Jean Queen. Okay, the Blue Jean Queen. Let's see what that says. Alex. Undercover Britney Spears. Okay, let's see. Let's look up which one this is. The Blue Jean Queen. I like it already, though. Ooh, number 11, you guys. The Aquarius number. Okay. You guys know 11 is my favorite number. So already I think this is going to be a good vibe for us. Okay, here we go. Our energy for the rest of the week. Honestly, we do. A red carpet outfit that went down in history. We all remember the jean outfit, don't we? Britney and her then boyfriend, Justin Timberlake, showed up to the American Music Awards in 2001 in full-on denim outfits. From Britney's strapless patchwork mermaid gown to Justin's jean suit, complete with a denim cowboy hat, it was a look. Yes, it was. And it's still being talked about today. Katy Perry even paid homage to it with a denim red carpet dress of her own. I don't remember that, but I believe it. The blue jean moment was a perfect example of Britney's personal style. A little bit Hollywood with a lot of authentic country charm. The Blue Jean Queen is a fabulous reminder to be yourself, whether it's a big event or a Monday at the office. And this is the 11 card, 1-1 angel number. So you guys, that's the divine message. Be yourself this week, be authentic, and have fun with it. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. And if you're patrons or members, keep an eye out for the Scorpio new moon video. We're going to talk a little bit more about Sydney Sweeney. It's going to get a little crazy. And of course, what this new moon means for us. And yeah, the vibes we're going to be taking with us. All right. Love y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all are the best. Ooh, Alex spilling more Astro tea before we go. Yes, it is giving twin flame, isn't it? To be continued. All right. Bye, you guys. Thanks for hanging out.